Hello there, and welcome to the first media news of 2013. And now that we're in 2013, I'm going to talk about 2012, and it was a good year for Apple. It's a very good year for Apple, but one of the biggest trends for this year is how far will Apple fall this year, and will they indeed fall? Granted, since the iPhone 5 released, there has been a dip, but share prices are over $100 to $150 more than they were at the start of 2012. So it can't be bad. And the future certainly lies in China for many of the world's big multinationals and global companies. China 2015, 2016 will pass US sales, which is kind of a big thing, although folks are saying that Google will win the mobile battle in 2013. And it's not that surprising when you think Google now have Play and Market. Of course, you can get music, you can get films, and of course, multiple manufacturers, of course, use the Android platform, whereas, of course, Apple, it's only used by Apple. But in the US in the last year, 50% of all smartphones sold were indeed iPhones, which is huge when you think about that. But this goes to show the power of the Apple brand. And now 40 billion apps have been downloaded on the Apple iStore, and 2 billion in December alone, which is huge. YouTube takes over your phone, and again, this is, I guess, another play how Google may well win the phone battle. But they're just launching YouTube Capture, which in a way will take over your camera on your telephone, which means, of course, that Google could take over your camera on your Apple phone. But anyway, by the name suggests, you take a video and it instantly posts to YouTube. And there's some neat enhancements on there. You can also share it with Facebook and Twitter. You can also build it into your Apple library. And it's already been downloaded 10 million times in a few days. And I think around half of them have been Apple phones. So a good way for Google to infiltrate the Apple market. Bad news-ish, I guess, for fixed line broadband. And a very clear sign of the times from the US of A. Towards the end of this year, going into next year, total mobile broadband revenues will pass, for the first time ever, fixed broadband revenues, which is quite something, but a big sign of the times. That mobile broadband, mobile data is where it's at. Speaking of mobile phones, that is, and more US findings, April next year is when the US smartphone market will reach saturation point, which is quite something. But now, US mobile penetration is nearly up at 75%, which is quite something. But of course, now you get to the point with cheaper handsets in market. Of course, Apple are going to be bringing out a cheaper handset that could be around the 100 to 150 American dollars, so around 300. I'd probably say here it'll probably 200 to 300. But according to Google, we're now up over 50% in NZ, which is good news. Big mobile stat for you. On Christmas Day, 51% of all online traffic took place on mobile devices. And mobile web traffic has quadrupled in the last 4 years. And it's still on the rise, people. Some thoughts on mobile for a new year for you. If you haven't yet thought about mobile, it is not all about young people. Think of the rise of the Silver Surfer. Think of those people that you want to talk to. Those 30-year-olds to 50-year-olds. Vast majority have smartphones. Or tablets, for that matter. If you're making a TVC, a brand TVC, it would be wise to make a mobile site. This could be a site that's a normal site that renders to a mobile device, or it could be a completely separate mobile site. But when you think of the amount of people who are surfing the web on a mobile device whilst watching television, it would be reasonable to continue the experience on a mobile device. Make it a nice experience. A bad experience, people will leave. And they may not come back. Mobile doesn't have to be difficult. It does not. Mobile can be very much just get yourself started, dip your toe in, trial new things, be it mobile search, be it targeted offers, be it location-based advertising, or just be it banners, interstitials, page takeovers. It could be anything. Start off small, but get yourself a mobile site first. Mobile is not just about apps and phone calls. Granted, apps are where most people spend most of their time when it comes to mobile. But of course, if you're going to build an app, it has to be one that is useful. It gives people value. There's reason to keep coming back. But it could, it doesn't have to be something like Nike Plus. But I guess good examples. There are many good examples out there of brands who have made really good mobile apps. In a retail space, there's a lot of opportunity there to get closer to your customers. Good for CRM, good for delivering offers, Do you ever think about it? We can help. Advertising is also booming in the mobile space, and it is proven in most cases more effective than traditional online advertising. Click-through rates, engagement all seem to be higher on a mobile device. CES time, again, was last week. Consumer Electronics Show, the big thing in Vegas. And here, I guess, some of the products that people are going nuts about, apparently. Cloud gaming is going to be huge this year, and of course it already is, but it's going to get bigger. But this Project Shield is obviously a handheld game, but also connected to the web. Gaming was pretty big in CES this year, and of course the gaming market is massive. Bigger than film in some cases. The other big thing, mobile apps. Everybody's making mobile apps, but cars and the motor industry, apps were big news, and pretty much everyone had some sort of app on show. Sadly for gamers, Xbox and PlayStation were off the table, but the future of touchscreen displays was there, and this fellow seems to think so.
Yep. I'm Jason Gilbert with the Huffington Post, and we're here at Displayer. It's one of the coolest, most unique gadgets at CES 2013. What it is, we've got a Windows 7 tablet hooked up to this device. It's got a camera and a sensor, projector in the back. It's projecting the screen forward onto this wall of mist. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to actually play a game of Fruit Ninja on this misted wall. So as you can see, there's like nothing here. It's turned into a touch screen essentially on paper. So here we go.
So you get the idea. Kind of a big thing. The future of TV was also there. And it's not about HD anymore, so sadly if you have an HD TV, it's old news. It's all about Ultra HD now. Here's a picture of it on my HD screen, so you're not really going to get a gist of it, but big screens, really high resolution, was kind of all the rage. And everyone was making a tablet. Everybody was making a tablet. Also, the possible future of TV buying is with us. Dish, which is the US's second biggest satellite provider, is bringing real-time bidding to TV, or at least they're trying to. So it's not just online advertising anymore. What they're going to be using is real-time data from users' set-top boxes, which of course will allow advertisers to get closer to the right people. But then for certain shows, they're going to have advertisers bidding in real time to get their ad in front of those individuals. Interested to see how that one plays out. Even though they have said that half of their users fast-forward ads, still though, you're getting your ad in front of the right people, right? And you would hope that the other half aren't fast-forwarding, so you're still reaching half of their audience. Whilst on the future of advertising is folks like this guy. Yes, this is Ben Liang. He's a maths genius. He's left the world of banking and corporate investments, and he's come to advertising. They're now saying you can forget all about creativity. Apparently there's a formula for that now, but basically the big agencies in America, and also I've noticed in London, they're now using maths geniuses to put algorithms together to work out how they can better target consumers on their journey. Still though, please do not forget about creativity. Facebook are up to something, or they were up to something, and it's all been revealed now. You'll be able to find most of it this week and today. Yesterday, they had a big press conference where they brought about some new changes to Timeline. They also brought around some new advertising opportunities where you can link to a website off, you can put up a post and link to a site off Facebook, and you can use bigger images. But you can go and check all this out on Facebook site. If you go to the Facebook studio, you can see everything there, or you can give us a call and we can tell you all about the changes. In other Facebook news, you can now send the big cheese himself a message. It will cost you though, that's right, but you can email Mark Zuckerberg directly. He will charge you $100. Crowdsourced funding was massive in 2012, not 2102, and Kickstarter leading the charge. The reason why I'm telling you about this is it's good to let your consumers feel that they have a vested interest in your brand. Some stats for you. Nearly 320 million was raised last year. Crowdsourced funding. 2.2 million backed 570,000 projects. And interestingly, this was obviously around the world. 90% of countries around the world are people investing in companies and projects. But interestingly, 10% of films at Sundance last year were Kickstarter funded, which is quite something. And 63 Kickstarter funded films opened in theaters in 2012, which really is quite impressive. But it goes to show, if you are a brand, it's good to get your consumers, make them feel that they have a vested interest. Let them help shape your future. A nice piece of work for you.
Imagine an education where extraordinary comes standard, and the power that drives us can't be contained. Where those who embrace their history become those who create it. Imagine a university
Where I
can be unique
in a family of thousands.
Where I can love to learn.
and learn what I love.
Your future is knocking. Open the door. Monsters University.
Okay, so for a film, granted, but they aired that during the Rose Bowl, which is the biggest American football game for universities in the States. But why I'm showing you this is they took the experience online and created a whole website that looks very much like a university website, but it's filled with content, filled with things for kids to do. But it's a really nice idea. If you're making a TV ad, don't just do everything in one spot. Granted, you're going to have to do this so you're not wasting money and spending too much money on the other experiences, but think of a bigger narrative arc. Take people on a journey. Give them more. Don't try and say everything in 30 seconds when you can create an experience that can last for hours. Just a thought. So very easy, yes indeed, surprise and delight. It's not rocket science, good people. Lego have done a few of these things over the last few weeks. They did one at Christmas with a kid that saved up all his money, but he wanted something that was discontinued, so he put something on Lego's Facebook page, so they made him one. Big news, and it got global coverage. But so is this. This is a story of Luca, who lost a ninja figure, a Lego figure. Now, of course, figures aren't sold on their own for Lego, so he put a post on Facebook, Lego's Facebook page. Lego then sent him lots of stuff and put another post and a response up there that was very good. It's really worth looking into. But this has got, again, got global coverage. Really good brand, really good PR for Lego. But it didn't really cost them anything apart from making and sending something that they already had at their disposal. But again, it doesn't have to cost a world to give consumers surprise and delight. You don't have to give it to all of them. You can give it to some of them. Give it to one or two of them each month. Just surprise and delight a few people as you go each month, and it will generate some good word of mouth for your brand. Just a thought. Lynx Act doing something big.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Buzz Aldrin. 44 years ago, I made a brave decision to journey into space, and it changed my life forever. And now you too can become a member of this privileged group and experience everything that I have. The Axe Apollo Space Academy is looking for regular people like you to go into space. If selected, you'll be sent to our space camp in Florida for rigorous astronaut training. The top recruits will then be rocketed into suborbit in an SXC spacecraft. Are you ready to make history? Then join the Axe Apollo Space Academy and leave a man come back a hero. Good luck, everyone.
A big campaign, global campaign, and of course a lot of content can be made of that. There's a big journey for people to go on, and a lot of reasons for people to stay engaged with Axe to see how that plays out. And if you're not convinced of the power of an astronaut, this might help.
The Axe Apollo Space Academy. Join now at axeapollo.com for your chance to go to space.
Indeed. And last thing for me this week, I will leave it to Trend Hunter TV to deliver this, but it's that time of year again for the trends for the coming year. And here at 20, I would look out for myself for how mobile is going to change retail, and also how mobile, I mean, people are spending a lot more time with mobile now, and of course media spend and budget is not allocated accordingly to the amount of time people spend there. So mobile is a big thing for this year, and also The experiences they talk about, brands creating experiences for people to enjoy, maybe a few, but then it can be filmed to make content that can be enjoyed by the masses. But here you go, and I will see you next week.
Immersive branding, dystopic fascination, and manufactured addiction. Today we hunt the trends in 2013. Welcome to TrendHunter.tv. You hunt the trends, we put them on TV. And now the top 20. At 20, vending 3.0. From facial recognition to live tweeting, vending machines are getting more interactive and creative. There's even a vending machine that lets you swap goods with other people. At 19, upgraded ordinary. When's the last time you applied ketchup with a caulking gun or poured spices from an alchemist vial? Innovators are grabbing attention by dramatically upgrading ordinary. At 18, dystopic fascination. Pop culture has taken a twist and a turn, with dystopia edging its way into books, movies, and art. Blame The Hunger Games, Twilight, or even Red Dawn if you like, but it seems our fascination with the wonderful world of utopia is being out-edged by futuristic dystopia. At 17, millennial madness. Will 2013 be the year that marketers and employers figure out the millennial masters of their own domain? Well, millennial Gen Ys are becoming a key business issue, important to understand for all those boomers who say they're approaching retirement. At 16, modular retail. Fold-away fashion stores, paper buildings, and temporary cafes. 2 years ago, we covered pop-up shops as a novel idea to expand your brand, but now it seems that semi-permanence is ironically here to stay. At 15, imposed interaction. In an age where open offices are becoming the norm, some cafes are taking openness to the next level for entrepreneurs. These interactive hotspots force entrepreneurs together, creating imposed interactions for all those who crave the mental stimulation of working in a collaborative space. At 14, shoptimization. Interactive retail is becoming more omnipresent, with apps that reward you with deals the second you step into your favorite store. Walk into your favorite fashion location and you might even see yourself getting a deal for crossing the street to check out a competitor. The future of retail strategy has become mobile. At 13, sustained architecture. Reducing your carbon footprint is one thing, but the new level of sustainable buildings can even produce their own food, electricity, and clean drinking water. At 12, deliberate vintage. Deliberate vintage is all about recreating the antiqued imagery of days past. Faded colors, vignetting, and grainy images are making a comeback, and Instagram's $1 billion acquisition is just one example of our fascination with the early days of technology. At 11, immersive branding. Interactive mega projections, branded bus rides, and chocolate organ concerts. Over the last couple of years, brands started engaging consumers online, but now the realization is that social media love will only follow if you're also able to delight those consumers in real life. The outcome is a new era in immersive branding. At 10, wearable multitasking. Why wear a watch that can only tell time when you can socially connect, play games, or even pay for stuff? Yeah, in an age where we're obsessed with multitasking, you can actually buy a credit card gaming internet watch. Finally. At 9, subscription world. Guess what? You can now subscribe to clothing, furniture, underwear, and even food. Targeted subscription has moved beyond the magazine with a wide range of products from mega endorsers like Mary-Kate and Ashley and Justin Timberlake. At 8, physical virtual. QR codes, virtual change rooms, and augmented reality. A world of digital delights are being incorporated into retail spaces, bridging the gap between tangible shopping and e-commerce. At 7, benefit brands. Being a benefit corporation, or B Corp, is the new badge of honor that proves your brand is socially and environmentally conscious. Trend Hunter's sister site, socialbusiness.org, has now discovered more than 1,000 unique business models that are for-profit ways to save the world. At 6, nostalgic escape. Kids dream of tree forts, castles, and magical things. To recreate this feeling for adults, companies are cleverly creating surreal experiences, products, and marketing that play upon our childhood nostalgia. Is it an escape from uncertain economic times, or just a fast track to delight? At 5, crossover cuisine. From specialized sushi and bento boxes to rice roll machines and insect sushi, Western culture is adopting a curiosity for the East. Perhaps it's an acceptance of the rise of China, but the concept of crossover cuisine is expanding our minds into fashion, architecture, and design, all influenced by the East. At 4, fashionizing. Whether it's a bottle of Coke or a feminine hygiene product, unglamorous everyday objects are getting a little more style. Items once considered mundane are getting revamped to appeal to that younger, trend-setting audience. At 3, shoppertainment. The retail experience is now about so much more than just shopping. It's the brand experience, memorable entertainment, and a way to truly live the product's brand. That's why brands such as Audi and IKEA have been focusing their energy to engage consumers on an epic new level. At number 2, industrial retail. Concrete, raw wood, and industrial accents are becoming far more popular for home and especially retail use. The trend takes the minimalist aesthetic to a whole new level with a less is more approach. At number 1, manufactured addiction. The shopping experience is becoming gamified. Retail apps for your phone, daily deal sites, and point reward systems are being ingrained in our culture, incenting consumers to buy and buy quickly in order to get that next big deal or points that unlock something even greater. There's never been a more exciting way to create a cultural connection with your consumer. Those are the trends in 2013. If you'd like to find better ideas faster, visit trendhunter.com and check out our customizable trend report platforms for your brand.